a world where the truth isn't always what it seems, real estate masters step forward to help put the E first in the word true. T-R-E-U. Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed. And now, here's your real estate masters and their host, Tom Blatania.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and Happy New Year to you. This is it's my first show back, so I know you could probably already wished a Happy New Year, but this is actually the first show of the New Year, isn't it?
It is the first show of the New Year.
It is the first year. Well, let's rewind that again. Well, Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to True Radio, Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed. And we have all of our good-looking panel of experts in here with us that have helped you over the years to educate about real estate. And we have Mr. Scott McAllister, Miss Carol Morgan, and always our anchorman, Mr. George Matter.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays,
Happy
all
New
that
Year.
good stuff. How was it for everybody? Was Santa good to you?
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, no complaints at all.
No,
Glad
George is
it's over.
smiling ear to ear. So,
Just glad it's over.
glad. So, did you
Glad
have a lot
it's
of
over.
family and?
Not for Christmas, but for the Thanksgiving holiday.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, because you had a bunch of people
Yeah.
over,
Yeah.
so you were kind of resting and relaxing from the.
Yeah, it's just the hecticness of it all.
How was the market during those couple weeks? Was it
Quiet.
it quiet?
Sluggish, very. It
I
always
was
is.
dealing with
It always is.
all I was
Typical.
dealing with was rentals. A
Yeah.
lot of rentals. You know, people
Right.
beginning of the year wanting to find a place to go, and I ended up moving myself during the holidays. Which
Okay,
is
how
always,
did everything went well?
Yeah. I got a
Good.
nice up in Port St. Lucie now. So
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Good.
Yeah.
checking out some of the new construction that's going on up there. I haven't really spent any time before. I was concentrating more on Stewart, Palm City, and Hope Sound. And now that I'm living up in Port St. Lucie, I went and visited some really gorgeous right off of Becker. There's a Devasta
There
development, Veranda Gardens, that's in about the $300,000 to $600,000 range. And man, it's some gorgeous
Really
stuff.
nice property.
I'd love to. I asked them, like, can we hire their decorators? Because their interior decorators do this kind of modern but old looking.
Right.
It's kind of a mix.
Kind of
And,
eclectic.
Yeah, it's really neat. And they were like, no, actually, a lot of people ask that, but their design team just travels the country just doing Devasta.
Oh, wow.
Models, and they're really good. When you look at the models they set up there, they're gorgeous. And then even up in Tradition, I hadn't spent time in Tradition, and I took a whole day and just went and looked at all the new developments up in Tradition, and there's some gorgeous stuff.
Now, with the Devasta homes, do they have their own agents, or is that something that you folks can?
No, we can take
No,
that
they
in.
co-broke to us.
Oh, they do.
Absolutely.
Okay.
They have agents on site,
Right.
But I always try to tell people, I'm like, if you're looking at new construction, get a realtor to be on your side. They're honest people. Their salespeople are good people, but why not have somebody representing you? And
Yeah.
it costs you nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Devasta pays our
Right.
salary for us to work for you, so you might as well have somebody represent you in the transaction.
That's a smart move. And if somebody wanted to contact you guys to.
Well, that number would be 772-444-2590.
All right, and that number is going to be there for you folks. It's listed on our website, which is trueradio.com. Now, I'm not dyslexic, but we kind of spelled it a little differently the way we spell true. We spell it T-R-E-U, and we do that for a reason, because we're trying to educate you folks. So we decided to, let's kind of do something a little different, because everybody's saying, oh, trust me. Oh, yeah, that's the truth. But we all get stuck so many times. So we want to kind of change how you see the truth and flip it around. So TREU radio.com. You can go on our website. You can actually watch us live in the studio right now. And we even have a little chat room. So if you have any questions that you'd like to chat in, if you want, maybe a little shy, you don't want to call the studio. If you wanted to call the studio, you can give us a call here at 772-220-9788, and you can ask any of your questions, or go to our chat room and ask the questions. It's a new year. There's different tax things coming up. There's all kinds of changes. There's things that last year maybe you were waiting until 2015 to buy that new house that you've been holding off on now. So these are some of the best realtors in South Florida to help answer those questions. And what better time when you have all three of them right here live on the air. But give us a chat. So today what we're going to be talking about is challenges that could impact the 2015's hot housing forecast. So we're kind of looking ahead and looking at some of the things that are supposed to change, that may not change. So we're going to be touching base on that. Don't forget, after our first break, we're going to have Hot Around Town. So we're going to find out what the realtors have listing for homes or rentals or some new properties coming up. Are there any new, besides Port St. Lucie, are any new developments coming up down here in Martin County? Any new housing developments or any real estate changes, commercial, anything that you folks have seen? You know, we had the Costco's. Has anything changed on the Costco?
I haven't heard that.
I haven't heard
I
any
haven't heard
updates.
a word. Not
No,
a word.
kind of hush hush.
No, not
The
a
word is it's going forward, but I haven't heard that it's got all the approvals.
And that was supposed to go exactly where again?
Palm City.
Where in Palm City?
Palm City Road and
Just
what is the road going out to Highlands Preserve?
High Meadow.
High Meadows.
High Meadow, okay.
Yes, right at the corner of High Meadows.
right at the corner. Okay, on the northwest corner or northeast corner?
I don't know.
No. Okay.
Well, it's
It'd
not
be
the
on the
north.
west side.
It will
Okay.
be. It has
It'd be west side. Okay,
It'd be
because
west side.
the southwest side's where you had the Burger King and the and no.
No, that's Martin Downs Boulevard.
Oh,
This
sorry, I'm
is
looking at the
Palm
one.
City.
Oh,
This
one,
is
the
further
next one. The
south,
next
yes.
one. Okay, the one closer. Okay, the one
Yes.
closer to the turnpike.
That is
Oh,
correct.
okay. All right, I know what you're talking. Okay,
They always, for whatever reason, they always build their stores near an expressway.
smart move.
Of course.
Quick on and
Get
off.
their trucks, you know.
Yeah.
And then you were talking new construction. There is that area, Riverbend, in Palm City. You were there haven't been selling super fast. It's a good time to get up there and take a look at what their inventory does have. It's gorgeous properties right on the right on the St. Lucie,
Right.
wide water and all that. Real nice. And it's being done by Standard Pacific, so it's really high quality.
Canopy is being built up there
Yep.
in Palm City. Savannah is being built over in Jensen. What else we got going, guys?
Oh, so there's some.
Yeah.
So there's some.
So it
there's
looks
some
like things are
construction
coming
going
around.
on.
So this should be
The
a-
Masters are building down on US 1 and Cove
Salerno.
Road by
Okay.
Salerno, between Salerno and Cove Road. They're building there. So there is building going
There's
on.
stuff going on. Good. So construction, that's a positive sign for the economy.
Absolutely.
That's a good thing. I see it. Even though the market in the past 3 weeks was like, it was like it wasn't just a roller coaster. It was like a free fall.
Oh yeah, but it was
Oh.
back up. It came back up.
And then it went back down. And it would go. It was down like 300 some points, and then it'd go back up a couple hundred, then back down another.
Yeah.
It was, and then what was it? Not
it was
yesterday,
all
but
based on oil, though.
yesterday, day before, it plummeted like 300 some points. And it's just like
Rebounding.
you
Today
get
the home starts come out, so
you get dizzy. Yeah, it was actually jobs were 252 this morning, so that was
right. That's up.
That's encouraging.
That's
Higher than
encouraging.
anticipated.
yeah. So that was up a little bit. And I tell you, this one guy, I think his name's Steve Leisman on CNBC. Boy, he really hits that thing on the head like every time. He was like only off like by 2,000 this time. So the guy's amazing at his knowledge. But that's a good thing. So lots of good things in the economy coming back.
And then in Martin County, St. Lucie County, Palm Beach, you can really see the market is up. There's a lot of new construction.
rebounding.
There's a lot going on. Yeah, you see that. Have you been to any of the models in Trey Bell?
Sure.
Do you see the pool they have at that one?
Oh, the glass pool.
The glass
yes.
pool.
Yes.
It's $120,000. The pool and the summer kitchen's $120,000 addition.
Amazing.
It is
amazing.
It is beautiful.
It is the
And
most.
where's that
I could
located?
live out there. It's in
Trey
Trey Bell,
Bell,
off
it's-
of Cove Road.
Cove
Yeah, you got Cove Road out by Canner. It is absolutely
Wow.
stunning. They have some inventory, some units that were built a few years ago, and I sold one of those. But they do have some brand new model units, and if you haven't seen them, give us a call and have us take you out to look at them because they are some
Yeah.
gorgeous homes.
Glass pool, is it Is it above something?
No, they're the glass tiles.
Yeah.
You know, like you put in the back of your kitchen. Only
Okay.
these are
Like a
glass
backsplash
tiles.
type thing.
Wow.
Yeah, they're glass
The whole
tiles. And
pool.
the whole pool. Oh, it's gorgeous.
And it just the way the color is, and it does.
It's an infinity pool. So,
Okay. Oh, so that's
and
even
it's just-
nicer.
yeah. It's
And then they
beautiful.
have the little shallow section where you can put your chaise lounges, so you're kind of sitting half in the pool.
Yeah.
Just it was absolutely stunning. I
Just
didn't
soak
want
your
to
toes.
leave it.
Yeah.
I would be out there, every time as soon as I was home, I would just be outside. It was absolutely gorgeous.
Beautiful. That is
Yeah,
gorgeous.
it is.
Right,
It's a beautiful home and a beautiful pool.
right here in our community. So I guess the weather, we got to be thankful for the weather.
Oh,
And
it's gorgeous out.
thankful that we're not still back up in New Jersey.
Or
That I-
Chicago.
or
which is-
Chicago.
which is in the minuses.
Oh my gosh! I got a text from my uncle last night. He took a picture. He's got a little thermometer right on his windowsill that shows the outside. He takes a picture. It's 8 degrees, and it was 54 here. And I'm like,
I have friends up in Chicago area, and it was minus 11.
Yeah, it was -7 up in my hometown. So.
And that doesn't count the wind chill.
I
No,
know.
no.
I reposted. Steve Weigel had put this a weather map up, and it showed all the freezing, and then 78 down where we are. And I reposted it. I think I had 6 people defriend me from up north. They're like, "Screw you, Scott."
Yeah, they don't like that anymore. I text. I go, guys, it's only 1,200 miles or a $100 plane ticket away. So
Exactly.
no complaints.
Why does anybody want to live up there?
Yeah,
I
it's-
don't get it.
I don't know. And then
I did it for a lot of years, so what can I say?
yeah, and you go up
Just
there. and
slow
everybody's-
learners.
Yeah, I guess it took a while.
You go up there and they're all talking about, well, I want to move someplace warm. Okay, well then do it.
And look at all the earthquakes out in Texas. What's with that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy in the Dallas area.
Yeah, you don't hear. You don't hear that
Maybe
often.
they're doing too much fracking under Dallas.
Exactly.
Well, they've had a lot of rain, for one, which is very unusual out there. So,
Probably didn't help.
yeah.
Probably didn't help. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what could impact the 2015 housing market. One of the big things, according to National Association of Realtors and CNN Money, is investors could be exiting the market.
Well, I think we've talked about that before. The return on the investment is not there. The investors who were buying homes for $70,000 and $80,000 and taking them and doing either a lease option or a flip, fixing them up and selling them, they're not there anymore.
Right.
So the return on the investment now is not as great. They're not wanting to they don't want to raise their buying level. And really, honestly, they need to be up into the 130, 140 break now today for the same homes that they were buying for $80,000 in the past.
Okay.
So,
Now, how do you see investors exiting the market? How do you see a positive or a negative for that?
well, I think the positive side is when the investors are gone, the houses are there for the actual
Okay.
buyers.
Well, so that should increase inventory a little bit.
That should increase inventory
Okay.
somewhat. I mean, we know right now that as a buyer goes out there because there's financing, and if we've got an investor in there and a buyer in there, the investor's going to pay cash. The seller is going to take the buyer with the cash, and therefore the people who are financing are not going to be able to get the house. I've had that happen so many times. And so that'll throw the investors out of the market. And when that throws them out of the market, there'll be product back again for first-time home buyers.
But aren't the investors buying them, fixing them up, and then turning around and flipping them?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, okay.
Sometimes,
Or
and
a
sometimes
lot of them
they're
seem to be
doing lease
rentals,
options.
or-
They're
yeah.
doing lease options.
Okay.
And the reason with the lease option is they want money up front. So they're renting, it takes really the liability away from the investor. The investor is no longer liable for the insurance or the property taxes.
Mhm.
They collect anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 from that potential tenant owner. And if for some reason that tenant owner defaults, they keep the money. So they get to keep the money, plus they've already had somebody paying taxes and insurance. Now, the downside is, if they've done any damage to the house, the owner has to go back and fix it
Right.
again. But that's what's happening. And a lot of them are holding them from anywhere from 5 to 6 years.
I think the positive will be is many of these investors that bought it, rented them, and are going to put them back on the market. Right now, our biggest issue is the low inventory. So some of these investors start putting a fair amount of homes that are not a foreclosure, not a short sale back on the market. I think those are all positives. A lot of times they fix it up so
Right.
the first time home buyer can step right into a home
Right.
that's ready to
Okay.
go.
That's
So-
what they're going to sell them.
So
yeah.
I think it'll certainly be a plus to the market.
Well, what it does is it cleans up the neighborhoods. It
Yeah.
fixes up the houses
Absolutely.
again. They don't sit empty. They're not destroyed. I just had a house up in Port St. Lucie that the gentleman had passed away in, and the son had been staying there up until 2 weeks ago, just before Christmas. And he went back to Arizona to be with his family, and darn if somebody didn't break the windows in the house. So we had to go and have it secured. That's a bad part of the house sitting empty. So it certainly will help all of that.
Good. All right, well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll touch base a little bit more on the investors exiting the market. Also about lending criteria, still's a little tight. We're going to talk about that a little bit, and that should be some good stuff. Right. We're also going to talk about the rising mortgage rates, because we know they can't get much lower, right?
Right.
So there's only one way they can go from here, and that is up. So that's going to put a little damper. Also, foreign buyers are actually buying less, according to National Association of Realtors, are buying less in the U.S. Now, that was big the past, I'd say, a year. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of, from the Asian market was buying a lot, wasn't it? And who else?
I had a lot of South American.
Yeah, Brazilians have been buying big numbers in Florida, particularly condos.
Okay. So
which was good because that picked up the condo inventory.
Okay.
Which there for a while was pretty slack.
All right, no problem. Good. And then, so we're going to be touching base on different things like that. Like, for instance, with the rising mortgage rates, they're just under 4% for 30-year fixed mortgage. Where do you see those going? I mean, what do you think that they're going to settle in at? Any idea? Closer to 5? You think they'll go over 5?
All indications are it's going to be by the end of the year. They're projecting it right around the 5% mark.
Okay, right around there. Okay, so that's good that we finish up that. All right, well, let's go ahead and take that break. And when we come back, hot around town, you're listening to True Radio, Treasure Coast, Real Estate Unleashed, Scott McAllister, George Matter, and the lovely, talented Carol Morgan. I'm Tom Platini, your host. You're listening to True Radio.
Customer service and great rates. That's what you get with Atlantic Insurance Advisors. Remember, everyone's just one torrential downpour away from a flood. And with rates as low as $129 per year, why would you not get coverage? Call 772-233-4444 or email flood@atlanticinsurance.us and save hundreds on all your insurance needs. That's 772-233-4444, 233-4444 for Atlantic Insurance Advisors.
Hi, I'm Carol Morgan, real estate consultant with Keller Williams Real Estate in beautiful Stuart, Florida, serving Martin, St. Lucie, and Palm Beach counties, and co-host of Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed. I have an extensive array of luxury waterfront and single-family homes. If you're looking to buy or sell, please call me at 772-631-1394 or go to StewartHomeListings.com.
Don't miss Real Estate Unleashed, Friday mornings at 10 on WSTU.
Hi, I'm Scott McAllister, General Manager of the McAllister International Team of Keller Williams of the Treasure Coast and co-host of Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed, every Friday morning on WSTU at 1450 a.m. I have a full real estate team with specialists in buying, selling, land and equestrian properties, distressed homes, and luxury waterfront. Call myself or my team at 561-756-0891 or online at treasurecoasthomesonline.com.
I'm George Matter of Keller Williams Realty of the Treasure Coast. I've been a residential realtor for the past 12 years, specializing in waterfront and country club communities. If you're looking for the right house to dock your boat, I'm the realtor to call. Please contact me at 772-486-4676 or online at matterrealtors.com. I look forward to helping you buy, sell, or invest in your next home. Please listen to us Friday mornings at 10 a.m. on WSTU.
90% of businesses fail within the first 5 years. Do you have a struggling business? CTL Consultants specializes in helping small to medium-sized businesses get back on track. They'll help you understand how your profit and loss statement works. If used properly on a daily basis, it can be the most powerful tool you have. And you don't have to be an accountant to understand one. Don't use a profit and loss statement? Then you need to contact CTL Consultants today at ctlconsultants.com or 772-882-5700 to get your business back on track.
Why is the back bedroom always so hot?
Because it's the farthest room away from the AC.
Judy across the street has the same house we do. She doesn't have this problem. They had CTL Consultants work with their builder and architect to design the most efficient system. They even designed the ductwork system so that every room is the same temperature. Her house is the same exact size. It has 2 tons less air conditioning than ours, and it feels 10 times better in their house. CTL Consultants, they really made the difference. We should have had CTL Consultants design our system.
If you're a builder, architect, engineer, or HVAC company looking for a true professional to design your HVAC systems and provide proper energy analysis, then you should contact CTL Calcs at ctlcalcs.com. That's ctlcalcs.com. ctlcalcs.com to see how we can help you build a better home.
You're listening to WSTU Stewart.
All right, welcome back to Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed. I'm Tom Platania, your host, here with George Matter, Carol Morgan, Scott McAllister, your realtors here in South Florida. They are here to answer all your questions. 772-220-9788. The number to call here at the studio if you have any questions. If you are thinking of buying a house, investing in a home, or renting a home anytime in 2015, you need to give them a call because you want to prepare yourself. You want to educate yourself first before jumping in and making that decision. And that's what True Radio is all about. Don't forget to go to our website, trueradio.com. We're on Facebook. Scott, you're all over Facebook too. So Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed, go there. You can even ask these guys questions. I mean, Scott's always on there, so Scott will be there answering your questions.
And Facebook is it's an interesting place to converse with people.
Boy, it can get you into a lot of trouble too.
Yeah, well, that's you got to be careful. You be careful what you post. You keep it professional.
Yeah, and
some people like to put their rants and raves out there, and I'm like, that's not necessarily the place because everyone sees it.
Yeah.
And
Forever.
And I even talk to some of my friends' kids because I do a lot of social media stuff, and I tell my friends' kids, I'm like, be really careful because future employers they're looking at that stuff.
Yeah, they are.
And I personally think this should be illegal, but some companies are demanding your Facebook password. So they can go in and look at what you've posted.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nah.
It's a law too. They're trying to put that law through.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? How could they do? They could. I can't imagine that.
I know, there was some now obviously this is police, but they were in Arizona, and if you wanted to apply, you had to give them your Facebook name and password so they can go and see everything you've ever posted.
I had an argument with my grandson once. He posted something out there, and it was from a song, and it wasn't very nice. And he was thinking at that point in time of going to the police force. And he didn't speak to me for a few weeks because of the fact that I told him, I said, I don't appreciate you posting something like that out there. I said it was not called for. I said, they're going to look at you. I said, the police are looking at you. The government looks at you. Everybody sees what you post out there. Yep. And I said, you want to get into law enforcement? I said, that's not going to let you. He said, but Grandma, it's a song. I said, I don't care what it is.
Right.
Grow up.
Yeah, boy, I definitely wouldn't be able to join law enforcement. Definitely.
Yeah, they're going to put you on the terrorism watch list.
No flies list.
Isn't this thing over in England, or Paris, I guess?
France.
France.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Well, I guess they've got them cornered now.
Yeah. Yep, they do. But, yeah, they're talking about this morning. They got one hostage, though, too.
Yeah.
So somebody's going to go down, and hopefully it's not the hostage.
Yeah, let's hope not.
Hopefully it's not the but they were talking about this. They're like, so you're basically telling us that two guys with machine guns can basically take over the world because that's what they're doing. Everybody's watching, everybody's listening. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's very sad. It's a sad time we're living in right now.
Yeah, it's a shame. Let's hope that it doesn't get any worse. But unfortunately, I have a feeling it's going to, because little by little every year you see little more things. Little, with the ISIS and all this other stuff happening, and yeah.
I know, it's scary. And my grandson, who did go into the service, is being deployed to Kuwait. I'm not happy.
Yeah, well, let's hope that he's far, far behind the scenes. He's not on the
He's a
front
gunner on one of the helicopters.
Well, that's a little bit better. At least it's on a helicopter instead of on the ground.
That's true.
So they, hopefully it doesn't get shut down. But yeah,
Scary.
That's a shame. But and it'd be a shame. It'd be I guess a little bit better if it was actually we were over there for something that was worth it for a reason instead of just But anyway, next subject. Let's. So we were talking about changes in the impact 2015 house market, but let's go to our Hot Around Town series that we do after our first break. We'll find out from the realtors what's hot around town, what properties do they have listed, maybe open houses coming up this weekend, and for the first of the year, let's start out with the lovely Miss Carol Morgan. What do you have?
I just listed a cute little house over in Point Siena Gardens here in Stewart. It's an older home. It was built in the 50s. It's concrete block. Has a new roof on it after the hurricanes. It does need some work. It's got a cute kitchen in it. The bathrooms are decent in it. It has a little pool, and it just has a little some work that needs to be done on it. But it sure would be cute for a single parent or a young married couple, or even just a single person to buy for $149. Ready to go. I'm holding it open Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 3. It's 8320 Camellia. And we've got an open house going on Heritage Boulevard. For the life of me, I can't remember. That's in the Oaks. We're having that open on Sunday from 1 to 3. I have 2 in Foxwood that are going to be open this weekend on Sunday. I take that back. Just the one in Foxwood this Sunday is going to be open. It's on Meadowlark. It's a 5-bedroom home. Pool home, extra garage, 14-foot door, bay door for a boat or an RV to go in, has an apartment upstairs on 2 acres. So that one is on Meadowlark in Foxwood by South Fork High School, and it'll be open from 1 to 4 on Sunday.
How do you split yourself up between all those places?
It's called other agents.
Very nice. Well, George, what's hot around town for the Matter team?
I tell you,
what's the matter for you?
Not much the matter. No, there's nothing. Basically, every one of my listings is basically under contract or closed.
Woohoo!
I do have a listing appointment.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I feel terrible.
I feel awful.
Break our heart.
Yeah, it's the lowest listing inventory I've had in 5 years.
Wow.
But I do have a listing appointment this afternoon. So with any luck, I will have a new listing by tomorrow.
Beautiful.
And I got 2 more appointments next week, so it's time to get back to work and get things rolling.
Let's get rolling for the new year.
Absolutely, but
be a good way to start it out.
That's for sure. But as of today, there's not much hot.
All right. Well, that's okay. We're gonna have some hot. We're gonna have something hot next week.
Exactly.
Absolutely. All right. Well, what's happening for the McAllister team? What's hot around town?
I've got up in Port St. Lucie, have a rental for. It'll be available next week to rent. It's a 3-2 fenced yard. You can have up to 2 small dogs. So if somebody needs a place for pets, it's definitely pet friendly. Gonna have brand new carpets and new vinyl and stuff being installed today. So that's being all taken care of. Anyone wants to check that out, it will be available to rent next week.
Okay.
And then also $1,200. And then this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, our house in Evergreen in Palm Beach Gardens, not the Evergreen in Palm City, the one in Palm Beach Gardens, will be, we're doing an open house. If you have not been to Evergreen, just go and check it out. You got to see it. It's kind of like a little miniature resort inside. They have all kinds of great facilities. It's a really, really neat property. And so come down to Evergreen. Going to be open 1 to 3, both Saturday and Sunday.
Nice.
Open house.
Evergreen. Now, where's Evergreen again?
Down in Palm Beach Gardens.
Palm Beach Gardens.
Yeah.
Okay. How far south is that?
What's that, about 15 minutes?
Okay.
20 minutes maybe.
Not too far away then. All right, beautiful. So we have some good stuff happening, but first of the year, so we're going to start picking up steam here. But if you have any questions for the realtors, you give them a call directly at
772-444-2590.
90. No. No, just give the realtors a call and they can answer any of your questions. Go ahead and leave a voicemail for them. And, if you're lucky, Scott might even answer the phone.
I know.
You never know.
Hear my sexy voice.
Yeah. Okay, that's a reason not to call. But
I just scared away all our potential customers.
I just heard a dial tone.
Well, that was creepy. Oh, too funny.
Hey, even realtors have to have fun.
Yeah, we do.
Absolutely. That's the kind of realtor I want. I don't want some stiff, person walking around. I want to have some fun with them. Get them to laugh, you know.
Yeah, anybody can read an MLS sheet to you. Go out there and have a good time.
That's it. Enjoy it. Have fun. Make it a memorable moment.
And that was the nice thing about the holidays. All the the different Chamber of Commerce parties and this party and that party.
I can imagine.
Yeah, those are. It's you always get like stuck in some lawyer's office, and there's like a spread of food and the drinks are there.
Actually, I have a client that's taking me out to dinner on Tuesday for the holiday. So
Very
that's
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And I'm taking my team out for our inaugural team lunch today.
Good. Oh, good. Where
I was gonna go to Luna's downtown.
Inaugural.
Inaugural for the year.
Oh.
Of the year. Our inaugural year team meeting. So but we were gonna go to Luna's downtown, but I forgot there was the Stewart Boat Show. So I was like, probably parking not gonna be great. So I think we're gonna go to Monero's in Palm City.
Okay, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice restaurant.
Nice.
I like
Very
that place.
nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. All right, so we talked about the investors exiting the real estate market, and right now they're accounting for about 15% of the sales in October, which is a drop from 20% in January 2014. So we slowly but surely seen them going away. And according to National Association of Realtors, they say rising home values, as Carol said, that's causing more of those investors to retreat. If I can't make that kind of money flipping it around pretty quick, then what's the sense in it? I'm just going to find another country that's cheap. Right?
Well, they'll just take and place it in other places that return their value.
Yep.
That stock market that's like a roller coaster, as we were talking about, is probably where they'll put some money.
Yeah, because right now is a good time. I mean, it was up over 18, and now that it's dropped back down, now's the time to, start taking some of those stocks, put money back in.
Because it'll go back up again.
Go back up again. That's where you make your money. That's it. Buy low, sell. Buy low, don't sell high. Just keep buying low.
Right.
Be an investor. All right. So how about lending criteria is still tight? We talked a little bit about that, but
it's loosening. It's
you
loosening.
think it is?
It is. It definitely is.
It's still a challenge if you're not W-2'd, if you have your own business or you haven't been on the job a long time.
Okay.
That criteria is still a little strict, but if you have a long time job, decent credit, you can certainly still buy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for the W-9 people, 1099, self-employed and whatnot, what are the issues that we're still having? Is it the income verification?
It is. It's income verification due to the fact that we are self-employed and we do write so much stuff off that we don't show enough income on paper.
Right.
And stability of the income, because a lot of times it's sort of like the stock market.
We go
it may
up and
be
down.
up and down, and last year was good, the year before was low. Is this next year down? So they're just a little concerned of the consistency.
So that's where the no-doc loans and the stated income loans came in great for us as agents.
Okay.
So, but we hope to see them back soon.
Okay.
There are
There's
a few
talk
out
of-
there.
there's
There are a
talk
few
of-
already out there.
All right. Well, of course, according to the National Association of Realtors, the increase in mortgage insurance premium payments for FHA insured loans continue to be reported as added financial strain for first-time buyers. The report notes obtaining FHA financing for condominiums typically continue to also be a major issue as well. So
That always has been an issue.
yeah, that's not going to change.
No. Well, they're going to try and loosen some of that up, but for the most part, your condominium developments have to be approved by FHA in order to do an FHA loan in there.
Okay.
And if they're not approved, you can't do that. We used to get some special
Exemptions.
overrides or exemptions in it, but they've been pretty much going away. And hopefully we're going to see some loosening on that in the future.
Good. And what do you think it's going to take to make that happen?
A whole lot of lobbyists.
A whole lot of lobbyists. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think,
love the lobbyists.
I think that the mortgage brokers are, they're pretty much fighting FHA on a lot of that, and we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. It's a government office. What can I say?
Rising mortgage rates is another thing that could put a damper on the market coming up.
Are they going to rise significantly?
I don't think they're going to rise significantly. And I think even if you ever see interest rates go back between the 5% and the 6%, that's still a great rate.
Compared to.
Right. I mean, I can remember my first mortgage was 18%.
Yeah.
And
when we first moved to Florida, I mean, my parents.
Yeah,
it was
I mean,
18%.
it was they were high. I mean, there was no doubt they were high. And but even at 5 or 6, that's a good average. Even 5 to
It's
7.
still affordable.
It's affordable. It is very affordable.
Yeah, and that's what they say. They say that Many economists predict that they will push up into the 5% by the end of the year. If the Fed pushes rates up, it could have a big impact on the market, says Fannie Mae chief economist Doug Duncan.
Depends on how bad you want to buy a house.
And homeowners, particularly in high-priced markets such as San Francisco and Los Angeles, already are paying large portions of their incomes to housing, could face a further chip in affordability. So, yeah, I can just imagine what the market is over there. I mean,
you ever looked at the market in Silicon Valley?
Oh
No.
my God! It's
High?
The house that I'm renting for $1,200 would probably rent for $7,000-8,000 a month in Silicon Valley.
Oh my God!
So you have people like guys that are making 6 figures roommating together, and you're making 6 figures and you're having a roommate. You know,
I couldn't imagine that.
But it's also in the Northeast. In New York, the same thing.
Same thing.
The housing market is just so ridiculous.
Yeah, you got a little
high.
2,000 square foot.
You got a room about as big as this room right here. You
a
know,
million.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's on a Park Avenue or something like that, right on the corner.
Location.
I saw that in London. There was a flat that sold for $1 million and it didn't even have plumbing. It was just because it was downtown. It's like a place to sleep.
Right.
Downtown London
again,
for $1
it
million.
goes back to it's all relevant to your income level.
Right.
I mean, you know, in New York they make higher wages than we do here.
Yeah.
So it is all relevant. Silicon, I mean, you said that 6 figures.
Oh yeah.
It's all relevant.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to go ahead and take another quick break here from some of our sponsors. And when we come back, let's talk a little bit more about the rising rates, foreign buyers, and what else is happening around Martin County. You're listening to True Radio, Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed, 772-220-9788.
Hi, I'm Scott McAllister, General Manager of the McAllister International Team of Keller Williams of the Treasure Coast and co-host of Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed, every Friday morning on WSTU at 1450 a.m. I have a full real estate team with specialists in buying, selling, land and equestrian properties, distressed homes, and luxury waterfront. Call myself or my team at 561-756-0891 or online at treasurecoasthomesonline.com.
Hi, I'm Carol Morgan, real estate consultant with Keller Williams Real Estate in beautiful Stuart, Florida, serving Martin, St. Lucie, and Palm Beach counties, and co-host of Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed. I have an extensive array of luxury waterfront and single-family homes. If you're looking to buy or sell, please call me at 772-631-1394 or go to StewartHomeListings.com.
Don't miss Real Estate Unleashed, Friday mornings at 10 on WSTU.
I'm George Matter of Keller Williams Realty of the Treasure Coast. I've been a residential realtor for the past 12 years, specializing in waterfront and country club communities. If you're looking for the right house to dock your boat, I'm the realtor to call. Please contact me at 772-486-4676 or online at matterrealtors.com. I look forward to helping you buy, sell, or invest in your next home. Please listen to us Friday mornings at 10 a.m. on WSTU.
Why is the back bedroom always so hot?
Because it's the farthest room away from the AC.
Judy across the street has the same house we do. She doesn't have this problem. They had CTL Consultants work with their builder and architect to design the most efficient system. They even designed the ductwork system so that every room is the same temperature. Her house is the same exact size. It has 2 tons less air conditioning than ours, and it feels 10 times better in their house. CTL Consultants, they really made the difference. We should have had CTL Consultants design our system.
If you're a builder, architect, engineer, or HVAC company looking for a true professional to design your HVAC systems and provide proper energy analysis, then you should contact CTL Calcs at ctlcalcs.com. That's ctlcalcs.com. ctlcalcs.com to see how we can help you build a better home.
90% of businesses fail within the first 5 years. Do you have a struggling business? CTL Consultants specializes in helping small to medium-sized businesses get back on track. They'll help you understand how your profit and loss statement works. If used properly on a daily basis, it can be the most powerful tool you have. And you don't have to be an accountant to understand one. Don't use a profit and loss statement? Then you need to contact CTL Consultants today at ctlconsultants.com or 772-882-5700 to get your business back on track.
customer service, and great rates. That's what you get with Atlantic Insurance Advisors. Remember, everyone's just one torrential downpour away from a flood. And with rates as low as $129 per year, why would you not get coverage? Call 772-233-4444 or email flood@atlanticinsurance.us and save hundreds on all your insurance needs. That's 772-233-4444, 233-4444 for Atlantic Insurance Advisors.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
All right, Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed. We are back. 772-220-9788 if you'd like to give us a call here at the studio. Or go to trueradio.com. You can see all of the realtors right there on the front page. If you click on any of their pictures, you can actually go to their websites. You can get their personal phone numbers. Those phone numbers, cell phone numbers, are only to be used from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. In the morning. Do not call any other time than that. They prefer those phone calls at those hours.
Gotta love voicemail.
I'm just teasing. All right, but a happy New Year, and I'm glad hopefully everybody was safe. There were no issues. Everybody made it through, and we were doing good. So let's talk a little bit more about these foreign buyers. We're talking about what's going to happen with the 2015 housing market. And a lot has changed, with the prices slowly rising. People were buying the houses. The investors were coming in. The mortgage rates were low as could be. And we have all these things changing. We have the interest rates that, nobody's confirmed them going up, but
They've been talking them going up for a long time. You just got to wait and see.
They've been talking.
There's still some investors for we're finding for like property and land and acreage, just because that's not really they're not borrowing money. Those are people that are coming with cash, and a lot of them are fleeing what's going on in Central America. A lot of the violence and everything going on there. So some people with money from like Honduras and places like that, if you invest a certain amount of money, you can get your green card easier.
Right.
And so they're coming up here and they're buying investments and getting their family, moving their family slowly up to America from Central America to try to get away from the violence. The problem is the governments, they don't want that money leaving, so they only let you, each month you're only allowed to bring out so much money. So it's a bit of a challenge getting the payments. I've had a few deals that were delayed, weeks and sometimes even a month, because you're trying to get all of the money out of the country. And the countries are very strict about
they limit
how much. They limit how much you can take out at a time, because they don't want all the money just flooding out of their economy.
Oh, okay, all right, I understand. Okay, that makes sense. So they actually they do smart things with their economy.
And our government encourages them for wealthy foreigners to invest here. It's called EB-5. If they invest the $1 million, they can get basically so many green cards to get the family here, but they have to invest $1 million for the starting point.
Now, do we have something like that?
No.
No. So back to my original statement. That's good that they have smart.
Right.
This country has different ways to handle it. They will let the money go out overseas, but if the money's American is making the money overseas, it's still taxed. Even if they made it in overseas, it's still taxed on the income. As if they made it here. So we're kind of getting them both ways. The other countries lose it when it comes into this country, whereas you can spend the money anywhere. We're still going to pay.
Tax you, right?
Exactly.
Good old government. Good old government.
You think Uncle Sam's not going to get their piece?
Yeah.
Come on.
Unreal.
I got a bill from the Internal Revenue Service the other day for $7.12.
It cost them more to mail it and put it together than it was to send it to you.
What do you owe them $7.12 for? We're gonna end up seeing her in prison over $7.12.
No, she just mailed it and she didn't put the right amount of postage, so they're trying to collect.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I was just looking over. It was a post on Facebook, and it was like 40 celebrities who have gone broke, and I was going through the list, and 27 of the 40 all were because they owed money to the IRS.
Of course.
And I'm like, I understand. No one likes paying a chunk of their money to taxes. It's money you made. You want to keep it. But why are you going to, like Wesley Snipes went to jail for 3 years rather than pay his damn taxes?
Right.
What's the point?
Now,
Why would
when
you do
he got
that?
out, did he still have to pay him?
I think he did because he made a couple of bad movies that he probably he used that.
Wesley Snipes did?
I look at Willie Nelson. He actually made an album.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And he actually that album was the IRS was called the IRS
Yes.
tapes, and that money went directly to the IRS. Like all sales went to the IRS to pay his bill.
Yeah, but a lot of these celebrities, especially in California, the tax rates are just so ridiculously high. If they make $1 million, they clear $350,000 of it. The rest of it goes to
That is
state,
insane.
federal,
I'm sorry.
county taxes. It's just like absurd amount of taxes they pay on the West Coast.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm glad that we won't have that stuff here.
Hey, when I was in Chicago, I had city tax, state tax. I had.
I lived in Detroit.
But why would you stay? Why would people want to stay in places like that?
Because that's where the money is.
It's an additional reason to come to Florida and talk to us about buying your new
No
home.
no state income tax.
Exactly.
No, but you say it's a good. They make more money up there, but in the long run, after everything is said and done, you're probably making the same amount.
Yeah, it does.
Because of all the taxation, right? Exactly.
You know, I would see you get a $2,000 paycheck up in Chicago, and you were lucky to get $1,100 by the time you got it into your bank account.
That's crazy.
But there were a lot of services too.
Yeah.
You could take a train anywhere in the city, buses, things like that. So I mean, there's positives that you get for your money, but it definitely you cry when you look at the amount of money. You're like, really? That's all I get?
Yeah. I'll take a $20 cab. Give me an extra couple
Exactly.
$100.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I see that a lot. I know when I first started doing real estate, I had people moving down from that were relocating. This one big company was relocating to Boca Raton, and I was telling people they didn't even know. These people didn't know that there was no state income tax. And I was like, hey, did you get a raise to move? And the guy was like, no, but they gave us expense. I'm like, well, you automatically got a raise just by moving here. Because they were moving down from like Jersey or something.
Yep.
And I'm like, man, you're getting a nice big chunk of your money back by not having to pay
somebody
the
who
state
just
income
moved down here recently is Tony Robbins.
Really?
Yeah,
Tony
he
Robbins
did.
just moved down
He's
here.
down in Miami area, right?
West Palm.
West Palm.
And because in the new book that he just had come out, he talked about moving down here and how much it saved him from where he was living, just moving here, how many millions of dollars that he now saves because of that, without the taxes and whatnot, and how some of his other wealthy friends and whatnot, he was talking about telling, well, why would I want to move to Florida? And he starts going, and in the book, he's talking about all these different reasons.
Maybe
to
we'll
move
see
to
them
Florida.
coming down.
And I mean, can you imagine just by nothing changes in your life, but you move to a different location, and you end up putting another 15-20% into your pocket every year just from the move.
And if you're talking of $10 million a year, that's a big chunk of change.
If any of Tony Robbins' friends want to buy a house in Florida, that number is 772-444-2590.
That is
give yourself an instant raise.
There you go.
Move to Florida.
That's it. Up in Jersey.
And then there's the weather.
Well, no,
so come on.
The weather's horrible. Yeah,
how can you beat this weather?
78 degrees today. It's
I mean, it's just
perfect.
This is when it's like this, it's perfect. The nice breeze, the humidity's not too bad outside. And then of course, like Scott, I'm always razzing those people up in Jersey and everything about, they send me a picture of 8 degrees, I send them a picture of 64 degrees, and 2 inches of snow, 2 inches of sand.
Right.
But it's a beautiful place. It really is, and there's all kinds of different.
We
cities.
do live in paradise.
I love Martin
There's no
County.
doubt.
I would never move back to Port St. Lucie. I absolutely adore Martin County, right where I live.
Yep. There's plenty of parking on the beach today.
Yeah.
Just have it to yourself.
Beautiful.
It's a gorgeous day out there.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Wish we were going.
Well, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, True Radio, TREUradio.com. You can go there. You can listen to this if you missed any part of the show. You can go back there and watch the show, listen to the show. You can actually call, email, text any of the realtors to ask any questions about topics, or if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, give them a call, 772-444-2590, or go to TrueRadio.com and you can click on their link and email them, call them, whatever you want to do. This way you can find out what you could do for your 2015 to be successful. So as always, we end our show with a quote. And today's quote, obviously, from Tony Robbins. To effectively communicate, we must realize that we are all different in the way we perceive the world and use this understanding as a guide to our communication with others. He said, she heard. She said, he heard. The key to a great marriage. Hence, I've been divorced twice. You saw that coming, eh? All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a happy New Year. I will see you back here next Friday on True Radio, WSTU 1450, Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed, the place to go to find out your information for real estate. Have a great weekend.
Customer service and great rates.